Hello, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Project, ladies and gentlemen, where we are continuing on with where we left off, and where we left off was in about to journey to another planet, and we're filling up our inventory to do so with all the goodies that we're going to need on this new planet. Now I do have a fair bit of random stuff here, but ultimately we know we're going to need a few of these things. So I'm going to need assemblers. I am going to need miners, probably more than I have, and maybe a fair few more arc welders. Actually, that's about right. I'd say that's about right with arcs. Let's make sure we're full of boxes. We might as well fill that up. But yes, this new planet is going to be our electronics factory. So all things electronics related will be built there. Let's grab some solar power as well. Solar power will be quite effective on this planet. We've also got wind power, so that 150 of those, 100 of those should give us a heap of power. I don't have batteries being made yet. That's part of the reason why I want to go to this other planet. Now, miners. Miners is what we're going to collect. Now, we're probably not going to need 100, but I do want to set up as much as possible, just to reduce the number of trips I'm going to need to make there. Hence why we're just basically raiding everything. Power poles is going to definitely be necessary as well, so we'll grab another 100 of those. Might just fill up, as we'll do so. We aren't going to need matrix labs. That is not something we're going to need, so I might find my junk box, wherever I put my junk box. I'm honestly not sure anymore. Oh well. And we're also going to want some graphite. So we're going to fill up a little bit on that, just so we have plenty of energy and enough energy to take us back to our original planet here. And I'm not sure if you're getting these audio issues or not, or if it's just my headphones and it's being a little bit crackly, which is no fun. We'll continue to research things as well, which is just absolutely fantastic here. I think that is pretty much what we'll need with any... Oh, sorters and belts. Sorters and belts. That would have been embarrassing. So let's grab some sorters. Yeah, 600 is going to be plenty, but that's definitely not going to be enough belts. 56 is not going to get us far whatsoever. That would have been the fastest return back. We're going to need lots of those.
All you need to do is determine the starting point and the end point of it.
And we'll work our way from there. Alright, so let's go to the map here. And we're actually very close to what's going to be our electronics factory here. So I'm going to set an indicator, and that's going to mean that it's a lot easier for me to be able to work out where I'm meant to be flying. And there it is in the sky, so it's going to be a very short hop to get there. And it's, I haven't actually played before on one where it's so close. How easy was that? How easy was that? And look, we've crossed a distance of 0.32 AU. And we're now at a new planet, which is absolutely fantastic. So the first thing that we're going to need is power. We're going to need to start bringing in that power so that we can power all the factories and the mines that we're going to be creating here. Now, for me, the good factory area, we've got a little bit of iron there, and we've got a little bit of iron there, and I'm pretty sure that's all our iron on this planet. There's not much. Yeah, so that's the totality of our iron. We're going to need that to make green circuit boards on this one. And the green circuit boards will be useful for our processes. So that sort of leads me to Sorry, quick mute to stop you dealing with a sneeze there. Just snuck up on me. But yeah, what we're going to do is put our power poles over here because it's a nice big empty area where it won't be cluttered up by the mining areas as well. Hey, was that? Oh, it's just out of range or something. Yeah, so we'll do this. Go up to the next level that we can. Do this. Go down to the next level that we can. Come on, there we go. And basically put down a giant wind farm here. Give us all the power. Now wind farms aren't as efficient on this particular type of planet that we're on at the moment as well. Which is also why we have those solar ones as a bit of a extra sort of boost here. Just to make sure that we've got very nice and consistent power coming in. Now the good thing here as well, I'm also getting a lot of soil stack from it, which will be useful to fill in oceans later on. Of which I will probably be doing plenty over the course of this playthrough. And along like that, another one. Yep, and then we'll do another one. And we've nearly used up all 150 of our turbines. There we are. That's all of them. Just like that, we have this massive wind farm. And we're really chewing through this research too, so I'm going to make sure that more things are queued up. We'll get solar sails, we'll get geothermal. That's a new one. How exciting, a new thing. Alright, we'll put that in. We want planetary extra better belts. Excellent. Apparently we've got a medium factory now. Queue that. Queued that. Can't do that yet. We want to enqueue structure matrix. Yeah, the queue is now full. Alright, so just fly over closer here so my drones can get to work. And the other thing that I'll probably put down is, we'll just put it at the edge here, is a power charger, right? So no matter what, I can't run out of power. All I've got to do is just get back to this wireless tower, power tower, and we'll be able to recharge from there. But because I do have plenty and we want to be getting on with things, we only have a limited time to stream today. So sorry if you're settling in with a nice hot cup of tea, but we currently have about 25 minutes remaining to get this, what I want to get done today. And I think that's all of our wind farm done. Now we don't want to stop at just the wind farm. We also want to put down some power, solar power. But the thing is, with solar power, it doesn't produce unless it's in the sun. So we've got this orbit inclination, which seems to indicate that this pole is going to get the sun all the time, potentially. I think it's going to depend a little bit on orbital paths, etc. So yeah, anyway, what we are going to do, what I really wish you could do is just click and hold here and you get the maximum sort of spacing for them. That would be lovely. But we're going to run up to the pole, basically. And then once we're at the poles, this is going to be a power plant up here too. So we'll start off with just the solar panel, and then the way to space this plus to expand interval, right? And then we can do something like that. And get rid of you. And then I'll try and minus that down a little bit, maybe. Can we? Okay. Maximum intervals required. I might just be standing in the way here. Nope, nope. Not standing in the way. There we go. Alright, we'll try. Yeah, we'll try at the end here. There we go. And then we're going to adjust our intervals down a little bit. Run it around like that. And we'll go down one more. Yep. Yeah, there we are. Now we're getting some funky intervals. Yes. And then we're also out of items now. We'll hook that up. And because it's at the poles, it's got a better chance of producing power for a long time. Now, because it's in the shady part of the poles, it's not immediately going to ramp up our power production. So at the moment, it's getting some. It's getting an intensity of 11%, so that's better than nothing, but it should actually get up to 100% and start producing a lot more power. So currently our generation, that doesn't seem right. So our capacity at 41.6 and our demand is at 90, right? Should be 0 because we're not consuming anything at the moment. Oh well. Alright, so we know we're going to need iron, we know we're going to need silicon, and we know we're going to need copper here. So that means that we're going to start building up our mines. Right. Start placing all these down, and essentially we want to mine everything. Everything will be mined. And everything will be mine. Get it? That's a terrible pun. If you laughed at that, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm ashamed of myself for making that joke. Alright, that gets them started, and now we've just got a whole heap of veins to go. I'm tempted to put down the mines for the stone veins as well, just to get it done, so that we have mines for everything. But bear in mind, our whole point, all these mind jokes, Jesus. But just think of the puns. Just think that we want to put down as many of these as possible in terms of just getting everything done all at once, and then I don't have to come back here later on. Or when I do have to come back here, it's just going to be to supply the actual factory component with more materials, and to these will no longer be producing because we'll have run them out. That's the idea anyway, is we are going to be strip mining this planet of everything that it has. All the copper, all the iron, all the silicon. It will all be mine. So yeah, we're gonna slowly walk our way across everything and just put these down. Nothing to it really. And then this place will become a massive electronics factory. And by electronics, I mean specifically processors is the goal for this place. So nothing else. Nothing more complicated like the AI chips that you get later on. That'll be handled elsewhere, I think. All I want here is just to make it processors are us. because I will be using heaps of them throughout the series, and you know, I feel like it's worth the investment to just overproduce to start off with and just have yoinks of them. Rather than, you know, have to keep on coming back and just slowly expanding things out. Now I know that would mean that I'm all going to be basing this on T1 technology as well. So T1 belts and so on and so forth. I might be coming back to upgrade the belts. So I might build the whole thing to be just expandable based on when we get different belt technologies. But at this point I'm really not sure as to the best approach, and I don't think in this episode that we'll be getting as far as actually setting up the factories. I'm sorry to say. I probably just don't have the time today in this particular stream. But it is, you know, taking advantage of the stream to set this up so that later on we're going to have some good fun setting up some massive processing factories. Also, part of the reason that I'm doing this screen is because Crusader Kings 3.10 takes ages for it to actually load up and boot up on my computer, and because of that limited time factor, I didn't want to spend half my time on a load screen today. Now we do have stone veins, so we might put those in as well. I was ignoring them, but hey, I did promise to do that. Now we're probably just going to export the stone, to be honest, to be used elsewhere. Is going to be the ultimate placement of this. I don't think I've had a playthrough where I've run out of stone so far. Also, hopefully I did pick up enough miners for what I'm doing. Unfortunately, main base is not far away. That's probably plenty. Covering off all the veins. One thing I didn't check out actually, does this place have coal? Yeah, it does, cool. So that coal will be useful as well because it's going to be producing our paint, our boosting or duplicators or whatever they're called. I can't remember anymore. But the things make things more efficient. So we'll be setting up a local line of that production as well. To make this factory as efficient as possible. These in like that. Excellent. Start heading back down towards our iron because that is definitely where we're going to need to start, and we want to make sure that's all set up even if I do run out of miners, because I will be back again at some point. So the plan is, if I don't have enough miners to just set them up for everything, then that will be fine. We can always bring back more miners and finish the job. There's a heap more there. Yes, I know I could sandwich in a few more. I'm just thinking it's not really necessary. Probably the main thing that's necessary to get the most of it will actually be these iron ones. That's because that's the whole supply of my iron. This one and the one up there, and that's it, all we got. Now we do have coal down here as well, so that's a good place to be able to extract the paint factories, as well as it'll need to convert some of it into diamonds for us as well. So we'll set up a little sort of thing for that too. Okay, stone or coal, so looking up there. Alright, so the closest one, I guess, is this little coal out vein over here. Oh, we'll need to drag, oh no, we don't need to drag power after it because there's our wind turbines. We can just run it off that. And then put this guy and this guy down here. Oh well, next time I do this, I will know to bring more. We've got silicon down this way. We've got choices. The choices. I think we're gonna run out. Oops. And then that puts the nearest thing as just a little bit of stone over there. Well, maybe we will get factories just because I don't have enough miners to do every vein. Yeah, one stone thing. There we go, little buddy. Let's chuck you in the middle. There we go, you can at least start operating. Not that your coal, or stone, not coal. Not that your coal will be going anywhere. But with this coal vein and this coal vein, what we want to do is set up a little sort of factory thing here to get our duplicators running. Right? So I think what we want to do is we'll run in all the coal in one direction. Maybe down here and around, you know, in from the right hand side, I think. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Now that's going to come off from a splitter here. Right, so it's going to run down roughly like this. It's going to run along, maybe up like this and in. And then we're going to need a line for our assemblers that are going to be making the tier 1 paint. And then we're going to want another line for our graphite producers. Right, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 is probably going to be enough. I have no idea. I'm not really counting here. Probably should be, but I think that will give us plenty. And we'll just set this up as T1 proliferators. That's the word. Proliferators. Yoink in from there and push out from the top. Right. Do that. And that gives us those. Now, I could just try and take the smelting off another belt, but I just want to see if things are sufficient when I do this. So again, we're going to go back to production. We'll start grabbing our smelters instead. You're going to be producing graphite. And we're going to run you along this way. Right. You're going to yoink from this belt and output here. Now that's going to produce graphite. Hang on, let me think this through. So our thing here needs diamonds, right? So produce diamonds, we need 1 graphite every 2 seconds. This is going to use 2 coal to produce 1 graphite every 2 seconds. So it's a 1-to-1 correlation for each of these. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so that 6 should fill 6 diamonds, and then 6 diamonds we need 2 of these every second, as well as 1 diamond every second. And we're producing a diamond every 2 seconds. So really, to keep up, I'm going to need, what, 12 lots of diamond production to do what I want to do here, I think. And have 6 factories of our tier 2 running. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so there's our factories. And it is going to have its input coming from here, right? And then we'll run the diamonds up along here. We're going to be going for that. Yeah, I think I know what I want to do here. I'm going to do that. That's actually going to be a splitter here. Run this down like so. Let's rotate it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I do 7 up the top? Yeah, I did. Alright. We've got a little bit of space to expand. Or we will leave a little bit of space to expand. And then we're going to do this. Take you, put you there, so just so I've got the spacing. Fucking diamond is our recipe. And run it up like that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we've still got some space to expand out if we need to. And then these guys, we're going to go in like that, and then our output is going to come along here. that. Right. Copy them across. Now the other thing that we can do, of course, is to use those proliferators on our own lines here. So we can make it proliferate here. So it's going to boost on stage 1. We can make it proliferate our diamonds as well. So that'll give us a boost on producing these. We can make it proliferate on our graphite. And we can also make it proliferate on our coal inputs. Alright, so that should work. Should work well. Start giving it some juice. Now I know we haven't connected up the inputs yet. And that's fine. Because we don't need to just yet. Alright. Now, my output here, oh, need to jump. My output here needs to go up a level. And then I'm going to want a splitter. I'm going to want a different type of splitter, I suspect. Yeah, there we are. I don't actually need to go up in a level. In fact, we don't want you to. We'll go input into this way. And then the top level coming out here and running through. And then running through again. And up around like this. Right, so it's proliferating away. Then we might just run it across through the middle here. And up to this one. Across again and into this one. So, and I'll continue to run it off from there later on. But that way it's proliferating itself to make the maximum possible output of proliferators before it does anything else. That's the goal. Alright, now we are running really short on time, so we're just going to quickly belt up these. I know I said 25 minutes, and that's pretty much where I'm at now. So, but we just want to make sure that we haven't done anything silly. So this will be our first coal line coming in. It's running all through. Starting to produce the paint. Starting to produce the graphite. And in the meantime, we'll give it the second line here, make sure there's plenty of coal coming in. Down the bottom here. If the audio is glitchy, I really do apologize. I don't know what's happened, and I'll have to look into that once I've had the chance to review this video and check to see if it is affecting you guys, because I can deal with it, but it's no fun when you're watching a video in your spare time and you know it's just crap because of the sound and you can't pay attention. But we do have a few minutes more just because I interrupted my lunch break, which is what I'm on, by the way, to actually do some more work. Someone needed a call back. But yeah, alright, now we've got green proliferation happening. Huzzah! And we don't have enough coal coming in at the moment. So I'm hoping this second line will help solve that. Just splitting up a little bit too much. Yeah, there we are. That'll help immensely. Basically doubling our coal input. And also these proliferators should also help to start painting things. Alright, we're getting everything painted. Everything's powered up at double power, so we should be making better use of our coal. And so that's powering everything through by an extra 20% extra product. So these are worth 1.2. And yeah, so we're backing up on the graphite. So probably don't need as much. Probably because I'm producing an extra 20%. Yeah, alright. And this one's occasionally running as well. Not all the time, but occasionally. So I'm just thinking an extra diamond production might be worthwhile. Of course, that's starting to back up as well, so that could be why. But that gets us started on the Mega Processor Factory, which is fantastic. We've put down a heap of mines in this episode. We have dropped down our first painting array for this particular planet. And that's going to stand us in good stead as we build out the processor factory. We can make sure we're proliferating everything and make sure we design that factory for proliferators, which I hadn't done on my mall. So that means that, hey, we've got all these mines, all these resources to exploit, which will be fantastic. We've got power coming in from multiple sources here, plenty of power. I mean, if I look at here, yeah, now we've got good consumption sort of information. We're only using like 15 or so of that. Now I'm probably gonna start ramping up how much I use, of course. So it might be that we need to run back to base and make these wind farms and the solar farms a little bit bigger. Oh, hang on. Drones hadn't done everything up here. But that is unfortunately all we have time for today. You might see me later tonight with some more Crusader Kings 3 with the sneaky count. Or the most devious count. But for now, my name is Pooks. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.